People have no idea what goes on with the housing. It's unbelievable. Things I've heard and what I've seen already living out in Nashville in that uh, HUD owned apartment complex. And like every holiday, they would shoot out the windows, shoot out people's car windows, the apartment building windows. Um, it was a nightmare, terrifying. I mean, you can't even imagine like hearing hundreds of gunshots right outside your window, month after month after month after month after month. 2 years I did that living there, and then uh, you know them being so uh, what's the word? I mean, they just didn't want to accept the fact that this is the black problem in the United States. Why do they want to be involved in gangs and guns and violence? Because that's what's going on, people. They choose that path in life, and then they throw us all together in those apartment complexes. The elderly, disabled, everybody. They had to move the mentally ill people out of that building because the violence was so bad. They couldn't even keep the mentally ill people there. I was just like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. It's no joke. And out here, it's the same thing. They allowed these mentally ill people into these apartment complexes, whether they're motel, converted motels, whatever the case might be. And then they proceed to destroy the building. They destroy the apartments. I mean, I was watching California Insider, where that guy said, I wanted to do something to help people. And so he took in 100 homeless people, and they proceeded to literally destroy the apartments because they're not, um, what's the word? Functional people. They're not functional, which means that they have mental problems. And they proceed to destroy the dang building. And then it takes time to repair. It takes money, not just time. It takes money to repair those things. Thousands of dollars to repair all the damage that those people do to the apartments. And so, as a result, just one that I've heard of, they have 12 apartments that have been damaged that need to be repaired. Money that could be spent somewhere else, doing something else to help people. But they have to throw money back into the building because of the damage that's been done by those homeless people. And so, of course, YouTube has demonetized now California Insider, you know, because, obviously they don't want the truth getting out. They don't want people to know the truth about what goes on and why people like me, elderly and disabled people, are left now homeless because of those people. Where we're not getting the help that we need. Not just want, we need. We need to have this kind of support so that we have a roof over our heads, so that we have a place to live. And they're not doing it because they have lists where they have all these people that are so dysfunctional that they can't even take care of themselves when given an apartment. They end up destroying the place. And then it takes time and money to fix and repair those places. But that's what really goes on, from what I've been told. And that's just one building. So you can only imagine, out of all the buildings that they had, this could be like hundreds of apartments that have been destroyed, just like that one guy experienced by bringing in the homeless that were not mentally stable people. All right, didn't they just mooch their whole lives? Moochers, stealers, they steal, mooch, do whatever they can just to get by. They don't get jobs, they don't do anything their whole life. That's all they do. They stay out on the streets, bounce from one place to the next, one person to the next, mooching off other people their whole lives. That's all they do. They can't hold down a job because they're dysfunctional. They don't cooperate with others. They don't work as a team with other people. And they're impossible to keep in a job. And, what do you do with those people? I mean, they should be institutionalized. That's what they need. They need to be put somewhere where they can be monitored, all the time. Because, they're not capable of taking care of themselves. But you have people out here like me that are disabled and elderly that are, being dismissed because, you know, there's nowhere to put us. There's nowhere, you know, they want to put us in shelters where they run the place like a prison. They do. They run the places like a prison. Take your freedom away. You can't stay out after a certain time. You have to be in by a certain time because that's programmed for people that need to be out working, need to be out there doing something. And even in the medical shelters, no room. They have nowhere to put me. Nowhere to put me. So this is why I'm out here now. And this is also why I'm thinking about, well, maybe I should go back to Tijuana because, there is no hope here for me getting into housing. And I've got to do something. I have an income. I'm wasting. I mean, I've already gone into debt trying to keep a roof over my head. And when it's like over 90 to 100 degrees outside this past summer. So it's been very difficult. And, I feel like my only way out now is to move back down to Tijuana, where I did live for 4 years. But, it's not my country. I don't speak Spanish. And, it's very difficult to live there when it's not, a place where, people speak English. They don't speak English. And then it's not my country. I'm not going back and forth across the border, to get the things that I need, whether it's medical or my um, prescriptions or whatever it is, it's always, you know, back and forth. So I'm going to have to probably do it again if I can. I'm going to go down there and see what I can do because obviously I'm not going to get help from the people that should be helping people here. So, all right, check out. See ya.